I think TLT prepared me as much as it could, but nothing can really prepare you for this role. You have to be thrown into it. Like, I didn't feel like I was an actual leader until probably mid-year or even afterwards. There's a lot of surprises, ups and downs that come with this role that can't really be condensed, or you can't be prepared for it in just like 1 month of TLT.
I was not prepared at all. On TLT, we'd always say like the core members, and I always picture them as like little kids running around that I'd have to babysit. But then they showed up and they were grown adults with beards and older than me, and I was like, whoa, I'm not prepared for this. But then you get prepared as you go.
I don't think that you can ever really be fully prepared. I think that the most important thing is just to realize that you are supported, and that when unexpected events come up, and they will, that you are prepared to be supported by your unit leader as well as the rest of Team Green.
I was ready for my team because I was kind of feeling burnt out on the whole like TLT classroom setting, and it felt like a good time to take on a new challenge.
Not at all.
Honestly, I felt really prepared, but not to, scare you guys. But no matter how prepared you are, honestly, nothing's going to prepare you for what you're actually going to be doing out in the field. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just one of those things. No matter how prepared you are, you're always going to learn things as you go.
How prepared did I feel to be responsible for 10 strangers and work with them each day? I felt really prepared. Now, what to do with them is a whole nother ball game. But yeah, TLT is great as long as you pay attention and really invest yourself into what you're doing, and understanding that, every team is different, and your best friend in Team Green, their team's going to be different from your team, and your team's going to be the only team like it and will be the only team like it. So you're the only one that will know how to effectively manage them by the end of the year.
I was not prepared at all, really. I think I knew I was capable of doing the job. It was a realization. I remember when the core members came in and we had to hold a floor meeting, and I realized like, oh, I'm gonna be in charge of these people. And it really put things in perspective, and it kind of lowered my confidence a little bit, but I think it was good because it was a wake-up call.
I definitely felt more prepared than I did originally coming into TLT. Coming into TLT, I was freaked out that I would have no idea what to do with the team, but by the end, I felt that I knew how to be a team builder, I knew how to address certain problems, and I knew that if I didn't know how to address those problems, I could approach staff or other team leaders and get those resources that I needed.
For me, I think, team leader training can do so much, and you can gather all the information and go to all the trainings and still not feel prepared whatsoever. And I think it's just kind of that moment where you're like, there's nothing else I can do. I just have to meet them and then figure everything out from there. So I think, you go through it and you're as prepared as you can be, and but nothing will really ever prepare you for that moment when your team walks through that door.
I was rearing to go to get started for my team after TLT. In terms of actually prepared, however, I don't think anything can properly prepare you for getting the hot mess that your team will be right out the gate. I personally felt pretty prepared. Throughout the course of TLT, they instill a lot of confidence in you, and the unit leaders are constantly telling you, if we didn't think you could do this, then we wouldn't be giving you a team. And so that really helped me. And also, in team leader training, you couldn't possibly learn everything that you need to know when you're going out.
After TLT, I didn't really feel prepared to take on the STL role, mostly because TLT focuses a lot on the FTL role and what that is and what that means, and you kind of get the STL training during round one. Like, as teams are going off on their round one projects, that's when the real training starts. So going into round one, I really still had no idea what I was going to do, but you just kind of learn on the fly and do what you're instructed to do, and everything goes well.
I was scared because I've done corps member, I've done team leader. This is the first year as a STL, and I had no idea really like what it pertained to. I didn't know what in the world I was getting myself into, but I had a great supervisor. The program office is amazing, and so is my unit leader. And so, even with like the ups and downs and the battles that I dealt with, it was always someone there like, okay, you didn't do this quite right, but this is the best way to do it, or you did a great job, keep doing what you're doing. So I wasn't prepared, but after a little while you get used to it, and it's awesome. It's great.
I felt prepared. It was a little weird because I spent the whole month of TLT thinking in the mindset of an FTL, and so then I got to transition back into being a support team leader. But I felt prepared, and I felt like I had all the support that I needed from staff, so that was really great.
Well, when I did team leader training, there wasn't that many support team leader specific trainings, so we mostly did it with Team Greens, and they made us all feel like one, which was really nice, and I liked that a lot. And I feel like for the team leader, the support team leader specifically, I think maybe they could have gone like a little bit more into it, but I also think that if you were a corps member previously, it helps a lot with this role because you understand the expectations and how things go, and like how to work and how to do it. So yeah, if you have prior experience, I think it helps a lot, but I think so does the training too. So.